What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires. It's now February 1st, and that means we are just 2 weeks away from Captain America Brave New World officially hitting theaters. And I think at this point, with the principal photography having been done for 2 years and the discourse having been what it has over the last year, people are super curious to see just how good this film is and what it's like to have Anthony Mackie in the role of Captain America. Speaking of which, if there were any of you who thought that this might just be a one and done, that we would see Sam Wilson as Cap in this film, and then maybe get a recast for Steve Rogers or even a returning Chris Evans for Old Man Cap in the future, you might have assumed wrong. This coming directly from Anthony Mackie when speaking to Esquire magazine, and his latest quotes indicate that not only may he be sticking around for a while, there might also be a Captain America 5 in the future in the cards. We're breaking it all down, these latest quotes from Anthony Mackie himself and his future in the MCU that's going to extend over the quote next decade. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. If you're into that kind of thing, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That automatically enters you for our ongoing PS5 giveaway. We've got a ton of them this year. Stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so of course, Anthony Mackie and the rest of the cast have been on an extensive press junket, which actually has had them going through Europe in the lead up to Captain America Brave New World, and they should be back stateside over the next 2 weeks. So there have been plenty of opportunities for people to ask all sorts of questions, and I'm sure some of you have seen the headlines generated already. Well, this was his most recent one, again, as I mentioned moments ago in the prologue, in an interview with Esquire magazine, where they asked him point blank how long he could see himself playing Captain America. This is what he had to say, quote, "I give it a solid 10 years. You have 2 Avengers movies, hopefully another Captain America, then random plug and plays. Oh, Spider-Man. Oh, Fantastic Four. What are you doing here? But you never know. I mean, I don't want to be 60-year-old Captain America." Which, side note, it's kind of hilarious he said that because obviously Steve Rogers has not officially been confirmed dead or shown to be dead in the MCU, which means we might be getting just that, an old man Cap in the future of the MCU. Now, why these quotes are so interesting is twofold. Number one, there were a lot of people who assumed there is a soft reboot in the works, so that when we head into the Mutant Saga and we finally have the X-Men, we aren't in the same exact place we were 20 years ago, where characters like Steve Rogers, Iron Man, and others that are going to retire here soon, presumably Chris Hemsworth Thor or Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, we'll have the X-Men back, and then all of these classic characters will be gone. So we assumed in the recreation of the multiverse, in the wake of them fixing whatever Doctor Doom does in Avengers Secret Wars, that they might actually sort of recast some of these characters or bring them together into the new 616 continuity so everyone can team up in the future. Endless possibilities. But when you listen to how confidently he answered these quotes, and it sounded like he was just being honest and transparent, it certainly makes it sound like Anthony Mackie has this idea that him playing Captain America is just really kind of starting, that he's been Falcon up until now, changed in the show, now he's Captain America, and he's going to do that for the foreseeable future, which I sort of think informs the idea that there wouldn't be a recast for Captain America. Certainly, we do want the OG Avengers, the classic Marvel characters, to be alongside the X-Men, but it also seems like this is Anthony Mackie's time for Cap, and he's got a future well beyond just this installment for the Captain America franchise, and obviously has designs on a Captain America 5. Now look, that doesn't mean things don't change, especially in Hollywood, and of course the bottom line for Captain America Brave New World is going to say a lot. People are assuming this is sort of going to be a referendum on Anthony Mackie in a solo leading role or being able to carry this film. I think it has a lot more to do with Marvel's resurgence and revival after some really, really down years, and for me, going to see this film is more of a referendum on that, and from the fans' point of view, to sort of benchmark them. Look, this is a Marvel movie that is not Deadpool and Wolverine, it's not an Avengers film, and the films outside of those kind of titles have not been doing well at Marvel in all sorts of arenas. Bad editing, really bad dialogue, some people don't like the choice of characters, some people don't like the writing, and depending on which part of Marvel you're picking on in the last 3 or 4 years, you might be right. In this case, we're all hoping for a turnaround, and obviously, this is going to be the first installment at a movie theater after Deadpool and Wolverine, so there is this sort of hope that they can continue the hype train. And I think a lot of you guys might be in the boat that I'm not going there to see if Anthony Mackie can play Captain America. I already know he can. I'm going there to see if Marvel has really righted the ship. And as fans, we wanted them to take the time and effort to do things like rewrites, and reshoots and get it right. And then because they did that with Captain America Brave New World, I feel like it sort of unfairly got this rap that it must be bad because look at how much photography and extra reshoots and stuff that they're changing about the story. It's like you can't have it both ways, and sometimes movies take on great changes throughout production, especially for Marvel. They've been doing this the entire time. Still, in an attempt to be unbiased here, what happens if Captain America Brave New World comes out and absolutely bombs at the box office? Maybe it does okay the first weekend but has no legs, people aren't really interested, it doesn't live up to the hype, falls off after the next weekend, and pulls an Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania where it's just not ultimately profitable. Honestly guys, even if that happens, I don't see Anthony Mackie going anywhere in Captain America's role. Definitely not for the next 2 Avengers films. He won't get the plug pulled on that. Maybe that means there isn't an Avengers 5 with him somewhere down the road, but Marvel looks at this as an overall investment in the brand and franchise, and if they have a couple of movies that are barely or just under profitable along the way, they can write that off as against what they're making on the Avengers films and be like, look, it's a direct investment in getting to Avengers Secret Wars. So honestly, I feel like it's only upside, and if this movie's a banger and people enjoy it, and it even slightly overperforms the very low bar that has now been set for it at the box office, I feel like it's only upside for him. And then in that case, we're definitely getting into Captain America 5 with him in the driver's seat. And personally, I have no problem with that. I'm also really hoping that this movie's not a stinker, the highest of hopes. I already have tickets for 3 times that weekend, and I guess we will see. You guys let me know all your thoughts though down below. As always, again, I don't censor the comments, well, unless they're ridiculous or abusive, but I don't, if you don't like Anthony Mackie as Captain America, you are welcome to voice that opinion too. I'm cool with it, but you guys let me know your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. The next one is right around the corner for the finale of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Also, let me know in the comments if you guys are watching that show. I think I might just binge it all at once. We've also got one for Brave New World in 2 weeks, and we're also giving one away for the Daredevil finale in like a month and a half or 2 months. So many PlayStation 5s going out this year. Just be a sub, leave a comment, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places. Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes under the name AllFires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.